Hey everyone! My name is Megan, and yesterday I enlisted in the DEP program for the United States Air Force. Pretty excited about that. Today I picked my jobs. If you're going Air Force, they're going to have you pick 12 jobs and 2 aptitude areas. So just be prepared for that because it took me like an hour to pick all of them, even though I looked over them the night before. Okay, so this video today is going to be about my experience at MEPS. I went to the Oklahoma City MEPS in Oklahoma, obviously. And again, everybody's experience is different. Every MEPS is different. So this is just kind of how mine went for the day. So you get a wake-up call in this hotel, which was a very nice hotel. At 4:15, I woke myself up at 4 because I needed to get ready before and to make sure that I had enough time to wake up before breakfast because breakfast is served at 4:30. I'm not a big breakfast eater, but I ate a little bit of everything because I wasn't sure when I was going to eat lunch that day. They don't really have a schedule for you, especially if you're like me and you're doing everything in one day. So that's like I took the ASVAB, I did all my physical stuff, and then I waited around for a while, I did a whole bunch of paperwork, and then finally at the end of the day, I swore in with the last 4 people there. So I was one of the last people to leave, but that's okay because it was totally worth it. I am so excited. So in the beginning, wake up at 4:30, like I said, eat breakfast, eat it all, like I said, and then you leave about 5:15 from the hotel to go to MEPS. I drove myself, so nobody told me where to park, so I had to like park my car somewhere, go ask some random guy in some van that was eating a donut where to park, and so he gave me the best answer because I can't do 2-hour parking or I would be towed because again I was there all day, at least like 10 hours, so definitely would have been towed. So by the time I get into the federal building, they're already done with briefing. So I just kind of went with what everybody else was doing. About halfway through the line, I realized that, oh my gosh, I didn't put my parking receipt in my car window. Now my car's really going to be towed. So I had to run all the way back down like 2 blocks, up a parking garage, and then all the way back down to the 2 blocks. And by the time I get in, I was completely out of breath. So I'm standing there and people are kind of looking at me like, oh, what's this girl doing? And a security guard calls me out. He's like, hey, you, are you okay? What were you doing? And you know, I let him know what I was doing, and he just kind of laughed, and some other people laughed and turned away, and we went about our business for the day. So they're going to have you put all of your stuff through a metal detector, walk through a metal detector, and take your shoes off if you're wearing boots. If you're wearing tennis shoes or flats, that's fine. They're not going to make you take them off. Just kind of don't bring a lot of stuff with you and you won't have anything to worry about. After that, they send you to the offices that you need to go to. So me, obviously, I had to go to the Air Force office where I turned in my vanilla folder my recruiter gave me. Some of you won't have your folder. Your recruiter might already have it up there. It just really depends. Excuse me. So they checked it, made sure all of my stuff was in there, made sure I had my social, ID, birth certificate, official transcript, and my high school diploma. After that, they sent me back to the front where I had to be sent from there to medical because I had to get my name tag and stuff. In the very beginning of the day, they check your ears. Then they did the hearing test, which was like ridiculous. I'm pretty sure the guy was messing with us because it was like I was clicking the button like every 2 seconds. It never stopped. But I passed the test, so maybe it was the correct way. I don't know. If you think it beeps, just click the button and you just don't worry about it. Just click the button. You won't be wrong. Just do it. Okay. So after that, they took me down to where I stood in line to take my ASVAB. Now, took the ASVAB in about 2 hours. It could take up to 3 hours depending on who you are. Sorry, I'm tired. And then after that I had to take up the personality test, which is like kind of ridiculous, but I guess it's needed. Everybody else that was there didn't take one, just me, but there really was only like 10 of us taking the ASVAB that day. So, ASVAB, self-explanatory, just make sure you study for it. I scored a pretty decent score. I didn't think it was good, but everybody else said it was good. Just wasn't what I was looking for, but I had all the jobs that I wanted listed, so it was fine. The personality test, again, was 120 questions long, and it's all like the same stuff over and over again. And my recruiter told me that he didn't sign me up for it, so I'm guessing they just kind of randomly give it to whoever. Some people say it's required for every branch, but again, most of the people there didn't take it. I was the only one who took it. After that, I went back to my recruiter. I'm sorry, and he told me, "Oh yeah, you passed. Your score was yada yada," and sent me back to medical where you did your physical. So for men, I don't know what it's like. Probably don't want to know. For women, it was simple for me because it was just me. Everybody else was already done for the day. So I kind of got lucky and got to be by myself. I didn't have to be like in front of other women, but at some point I'm going to have to be, so I need to get over that. So you come in and they test your vision, which my vision is like horrible. Even the lady told me, she's like, "We need to get you into some LASIK as soon as you get done with your basic training in your tech school because your eyes are way too bad." And when I went back to my recruiter with my eye results, he was like, "Are they really that bad? Oh my gosh." And he like took my glasses and I guess he's not a recruiter, he's a Linko, I'm sorry. And he's just in between like the actual MEPS people and recruiter to make sure that everything gets done. And he looks at my glasses and he's like, "Whoa, it hurts me just to look through these." And the guy in the back was like, "Oh man, it hurts me just to look at them," because they are pretty thick. But oh well, I'm used to that, so it's fine. Alright, so for women, you have to, do your urine test, but you have to urinate in front of the physician, or whatever she may be. That was kind of weird for me, but I was good with it. Like, she even offered to turn the water on, but I just really had to go because I never went before or after breakfast. So it was kind of like, I just had to go. I was just scared I was going to like go way too much. But you have to fill up pretty much the whole cup. And then you put it on the floor. You finish your business. You don't wash your hands. By the way, don't wash your hands. I was like, oh, what? You put it on the floor. You take it up to the lady at a window. And she will do a pregnancy test in front of you and a drug test in front of you. Which everything for me came back fine, so I had no problem, got to wash my hands, went back out, started talking to another physician who she does do your questions, kind of like an interrogation, like, "Are you sure you never hit your head? Are you sure that you never broke a bone?" Mine was fine, I didn't have any problems. She was actually pretty happy because I made her life easy for the day. There was one other girl that I think was like that, and they called her the unicorn because she literally had no problems, like, ever. I wish I was that way. I'm sure we all do. Anyway, so after that, they make you strip down, put your paper cloth on, and she does a breast examination, and she just kind of looks at your lady business and, checks your skin, checks your spine, checks your hair, all that, checks your retinas, and then you get to put your undergarments back on. And you go into another room and you do your physical, which, it's not that bad. It's as long as you can, like, stretch your arms out, rotate your arms, do duck walks, all that, you're good. That was kind of simple. They do want you to do it kind of quick, though, so they are going to try and rush you on it. Just, do what you got to do to pass it. You'll be alright. So after that, I went back in and talked to the physician one more time. She asked me the same questions again. Everything came back fine. So I was sent back to the medical desk where they told me to go eat lunch, and that was about 12:30. I got a 15-minute lunch to eat, like a 6-inch sandwich, some chips, a cookie, and a drink, and then a fruit if you wanted one. So I finished in about 17 minutes, went back to the desk. They're like, "You didn't even get to taste your food." Well, they told me to be back in 15 minutes, so I was like, whatever. I mean, I'm late. Anyway, as long as you don't take them seriously, you'll be alright. They are going to be intimidating. It is a federal building, so don't expect anything great. I'm 22, so I get that it's their job, but some of the younger people, I'm not trying to be rude, will be like, you know, they were kind of rude to me, or like they really just like were off-putting towards me. Well, they're adults just trying to do their job. I'm sorry. You will learn, or you will learn the hard way, one or the other. Alright, so after all that, I went back to the Linko, and we did some contract paperwork, just kind of went over, made sure everything was correct, which my place of birth was wrong, so we had to go back and fix that, which only took about 5 minutes. And then I went to an operations office that's where I signed my contract. Well, not completely signed it, we just went over it to make sure that's what I wanted to do, went back over some more stuff to make sure that everything was correct. Then I went to my recruiter Linko, and we signed everything. So there's one line that you don't sign, and that's the line that is signed after you swear in. So I had to wait for about 2 hours for one guy to be done with all his paperwork. I'm not really sure what happened because he finished lunch with me and we were both sent off after that, so maybe it's because he was in the Navy and they had some extra stuff they had to go over. Not really sure. But about 3:45 I finally got to swear in, and it was such a long day, but I was so ready, and I'm just excited that that part's over, and now I'm waiting for a job and to see where I'm going to be sent. I know that in the Air Force, BMT is in Lackland, San Antonio, which I'm pretty excited about because I'm from Texas myself, but I've never been to San Antonio, so I'm hoping that when BMT is over, I'll be able to go explore it just for a day. Well, that's really all I have right now. I'm not super experienced yet, so I hope y'all enjoyed this video. I hope it was helpful. Leave questions down in the comments if you have anything. Bye!